Welcome back to our Hickory River Smokehouse Saturday Night Rivals presented by Kirby Medical Center. Unity now on the St. Joe 2-yard line, 2nd and 2 as Stephen Miggett in this offense tries to get back in the end zone, rolls out again. An incomplete pass there by Miggett. So 3rd and 2 for Unity on the 2-yard line. And Adam, I assume you're a little surprised they went to the pass. Might as well stick with the run.
A little surprised there. Maybe they saw something on the in-between quarters that they thought they had an opening. Again, though, rolling to your left and being a right-handed quarterback, especially with number 54, Evan Hawkins, is bearing down on you. That's a tough throw for Miggett to make. So it makes it an interesting 3rd down here.
So now 3rd and 2, and you have to imagine here Hamilton just going to go right back to what they've done.
Uh-oh.
Looks like Unity is going to be called here for the false start. Peyton
Ball
Murray,
foul.
the junior.
Snap infraction on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay, 3rd down.
You know
So Peyton Murray, a little eager to get off the ball there.
And that changes things as an offensive play caller. You almost have to kind of rethink your strategy here because you went from 3rd and short and 3rd and 7, while it isn't a ton of yards, it's completely different here with the shortened field.
So now 3rd and 7 for Stephen Miggett. Miggett elects to hold the ball, and this time the St. Joe Ogden defense is not going to let him get anywhere.
Yeah, they had that one sniffed out to start. He was kind of surrounded by White, and it looks like Coach Hamilton is going to elect to kick a field goal here.
What's your thought on that, on this call?
You know, you want to take points, especially in a rivalry game like this. The wind could make this interesting. The wind, from where the kicker is standing, the wind is blowing right to left across his face, so that kicking in any high school game is always interesting.
So Bobby Bernard, the senior, the fake. Oh, it was blocked. Again, can't see where we are. Right?
So,
all right, so that one blocked. So no points for Unity. St. Joe Ogden comes up big with the special teams play, and that might be something they need to get themselves going. St. Joe keeps them off the board, and they get the ball back here. They'll have to drive the length of the field, but we'll see. Coming up after the break, if they can tie this game up. You're watching Hickory River Saturday Night Rivals presented by Kirby Medical Center. Welcome back to Tolono, our Hickory River Smokehouse Saturday Night Rivals game presented by Kirby Medical Center. St. Joe Ogden with a big special teams play held Unity off the scoreboard. So Unity up 7-0. St. Joe now going the length of the field to tie this one up. Here, 1st and 10. And a nice run there by the little sophomore Colvin.
you know, that's the most successful they've been on 1st down here tonight. This is a position they always want to be in. 2nd and 5.
All right, so we're going to look at the replay here. Now we can actually see what happened here. And it looks like it was mishandled by the holder. It seemed to not. Oh, it looked like he sort of there. You're not sure if it was just a mishandled play or if it was designed as a fake because it looked like he had it down there. Well, regardless, they don't get it, but the Unity defense here stepping up, 2nd and 5. Nice play by their linebacker or their defensive end, Zach Spencer, the senior. So again, just hard for Fritz to get anything going here.
You know, and I wonder if the plan was to attack their outside and see how quick they are defensively, and it hasn't worked so far. So I'm sure maybe they need to go back to the drawing board a little bit and make a few changes.
All right, we'll look for the pass here, 3rd and 6. Back to Fritz. This time he finds a hole, finds a lane. And the biggest gain of the night for Zach Fritz, picks up 15 on that carry, and that is Illinois Pork Producers, one of our first down sponsors.
Just a simple counter play out of the wishbone. What makes that play tough is you have 3 guys in the backfield that you're trying to keep track of, and there's a lot of moving parts. So good job by Fritz to turn it into a big game.
I want to remind you that Saturday Night Rivals is available streaming live online. You can log on to SaturdayNightRivals.com. You can also find complete game videos and photos from all of this season's games. So they're on first down. Not much doing there for the Spartans. Now second down and 8 for St. Joe Ogden.
Simple inside handoff there to Meeker. Your fullback dive play can't get any more simpler than that. Just trying to see if maybe they could catch him off guard up the middle.
So now 2nd and 8 for Marty Wright. The handoff back to Colvin. Colvin slips. Still manages to pick up a couple yards. We'll see if they mark him down when he slipped. Looks like they are going to bring him back to that point.
His knee did.
So again,
it
seems
ground.
like the field conditions here, having a couple of guys slip up early on in this game. We'll see here on the replay. Yep, slips, marked down.
If you're in the NFL, maybe he gets a few more yards, but not here in high school. So again, 3rd and long. And
right, 3rd and 10, lost 2 yards on that one.
Not a down that St. Joe wants to be in, especially with this distance.
And you have to imagine Hamilton's going to head and bring the house. And again, what a tackle. One more time, the senior, Zach Spencer. They continue to go to the right side of that line, Adam, and Spencer's there to eat it up. And Fritz, again, that is when you want to show young kids how to tackle and how to read a play, you will show that clip right there. Great play by Spencer.
You know, that it looked very similar to their the big Fritz run that they had, so they kind of went back to the well to see if it would work, and Unity had that one sniffed out to start. And it looks like they are bringing quite a few folks after this punt.
All right, so 4th and 9 for the Spartans. Just gets the punt away. Crosses midfield, takes a nice Unity bounce. The Spartans will jump all over it, downed at the 49-yard line. So when we come back, Unity will take over, up 7-0 here in Tolono. Stick with us. You're watching Hickory River Saturday Night Rivals, presented by Kirby Medical Center. Welcome back to our Hickory River Saturday Night Rivals, presented by Kirby Medical Center. 7:38 to go in the half. Unity up 7-0. And Stephen Migan and his Rocket offense will take over one more time.
St. Joe fans have to be happy with where they're at in the game. Haven't had a ton of offensive success, but they're only down 7-0 here halfway through the 2nd quarter.
3 receivers out, 2 to the bottom of your screen. Now Unity in motion. Make it here with the keep and the nice spin. Beautiful play by the junior quarterback. And he picks up an Illinois Pork Producers first down.
And you're also going to get a late hit call on number 24, Griffin Meeker. So that'll add 15 more yards onto the play.
Nice spin move by Migan. Showing off here tonight.
It will be a first down.
Wind is picking up here.
My papers are flying all over the place.
It's really blowing the flags. That could play into how the rest of this ball game is played out.
And we know weather can get in for both of these teams, like last year's playoff game.
Yeah,
snowstorm.
I'm sure both teams are happy to be out here, not in six inches of snow.
But I'm sure Unity would like the same result.
Let's see, the late flag came in on the far sideline.
Another flag.
A legal motion on Unity is going to put it back 5 yards.
Legal motion. Number 12 on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
So 1st and 15 for Unity. Penalties continuing to hurt Unity here. Continues to bring them back on drives where they're looking good to start.
kind of shooting themselves in the foot.
So make it out to Eckstein. Eckstein wrapped up quickly.
Yeah.
Didn't see something, came back, saw his check down, and nothing doing there. So now 2nd and 15, right back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he had a lot of pressure in his face, and then Griffin Meeker was just standing there waiting for Eckstein. I'm actually surprised he didn't make a play on the football. But
yeah, dangerous pass out there. Just sort of threw it out there in the flat.
Very dangerous, and I'm not even sure he had even really knew where Eckstein was standing. He just kind of flipped that one out there.
Now rolling out again. Miggett, nice pinpoint pass to the sideline, right on cue. Hits his receiver in the hands to Bobby Bernard, the senior. And that's in Illinois Pork Producers' first down.
Just a simple one-man route there, so it's going to Bernard or it's going to nobody.
No first down on that. It looked like he picked it up.
Yeah,
are they going to check here?
He might have stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, I think they're gonna bring out the chains on this one.
Nope, St. Joe's going to call timeout.
Huh.
I think he might have stepped out of bounds before he crossed the 20.
That's it. It looked like he crossed, but he might have stepped out. Let's see if we can get.
Yeah, it looks like he stepped out before reaching the.
So we've had a chance to see Miggett's athleticism and what he can do with his legs, and again here we see that his arm is equally as dangerous.
Yeah, he is a dual threat. He threw for over 1,000 yards last year. He also ran for over 1,500. So anytime you have a quarterback put up those kind of numbers, you have to be prepared for both aspects of the game. And again, he did that as a sophomore, which is incredible.
Yeah, there's really no price you can put on the experience that a sophomore has. Playing in a game just as big as this one last year, winning, and then being able to go on to try and play for a state title. So Miggett has all the experience in the world just as a junior, and we're seeing how poised he is here, commanding the offense here in the huddle. We're at the line of scrimmage as we see instructing his offensive line. So 3rd and 1, the handoff to Eckstein. Eckstein.
So from where the referees are running on the spot, he's going to come up about probably football length short from the first down. So again, another interesting 4th down for Coach Hamilton and the Rockets.
And the way this game is going, the way Unity has been able to move the ball, you'd have to imagine that they'll go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, and I think after the botched hold on the field goal might kind of change his mind on maybe kicking it in the future.
So 4th and 1, the snap to Miggett. He'll keep it all the way, and we'll see. This one's close.
It's gonna be close. From where they're walking in, I cannot tell.
This was a QB keeper from the start. See if we can get the replay here.
Looks like they're gonna come out and measure this one too to make sure they got it right.
You see here, Miggett keeps it. And Brant Holvin and Colton Hale, the 2 middle linebackers in there, all over him. We'll see if they were able to stop him before that first down marker.
This is a big play for both teams. Changes the momentum. First down.
And they do get it, and that would be another Illinois Pork Producers first down.
We got a little fireworks on that first down.
And now at the 19-yard line, they're also into our Illini oil change red zone. So 1st and 10, Miggett leading this offense. Roll out to his right, finds his receiver.
Stevens
and again finds Stevens.
Stevens is kind of his main man here tonight out of the slot. St. Joe has loaded up the line of scrimmage, so they are man-to-man on the outside. So it's, are you a better athlete than me? Can you get open? And Stevens has really made him pay for that.
So many playmakers on this team for Miggett to go to, and you never know who he can go to. He can go to Connor Hyde. He can go to Eckstein. He can go to Kaiser. He can go to Bernard. Just a plethora of playmakers on the outside. And, of course, you have to worry about Miggett here. He'll go with the handoff to Eckstein. Eckstein just powers his way.
You know, they list him as a fullback, and I think he's only a fullback in a sense of that's how Coach Hamilton used to label his guys when they were just a double wing offense because he is the only guy in the backfield. But he is more of your true running back there.
So now 3rd and 2 for Unity, and the entire playbook here open for Hamilton. He can do whatever he wants here.
4-down territory, so no need to be in a hurry.
And Miggett this time will hold it. Sweeps right through the defense, and he'll pick up another Illinois Pork Producers 1st down.
Coming up just short of the end zone, but great job by Miggett to
another set of downs for Unity.
So they're going to have 4 downs from the 2 to get in here, and it's going to be a dogfight down there.
So now just under 4 minutes to go in the half. Unity threatening to score again. The handoff to Eckstein. And met by a whole lot of white and blue jerseys.
So hats off to St. Joe. After that big run by Miggett on the first series that Unity's had, they have actually played kind of bend, don't break, but they've kept the Rockets out of the end zone. So that whatever changes they have made have paid off here so far. Let's see if they can hold up for 2 more downs.
Absolutely. Inside the 20s, they've had trouble, but inside the red zone, they've been able to stop them. But it's going to be very hard for any defense to stop athleticism and moves like that. Stephen Miggett into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight, both times with his legs, and the Rockets take a 13-0 lead.
Take a look on the replay. Miggett kind of did it all by himself, made a few cuts, and just barreled his way into the end zone.
He'll always say, hey, I want to thank my offensive line, and the offensive line is doing a great job. But Miggett, just the vision that he has, the patience he has to read those holes and hit them for a quarterback is outstanding, especially for a junior. And that kick
ain't going to get there.
No good. So Unity now with 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the first half. The Rockets lead the St. Joe Ogden Spartans 13-0. And now here's a look at our Gifford State Bank Smile Cam. All right, Adam, a lot of smiles here at Hicks Field, and if you want to smile at home, I have some good news as well. Javi Baez just doubled the center, scored Jason Hayward, and now in the bottom of the 2nd, the Cubs lead the Dodgers 2-0.
A lot of smiles in the booth right now.
Very efficient, a run-in inning. If they can get a run-in inning, they'll be okay. Here we go, kickoff. 13-0 Unity. St. Joe Ogden back to receive. Here. And Fritz.
Took a big hit.
Nothing changed from when Fritz is taking carries right now. As soon as he gets the ball, just hit on arrival. Unity. Great special teams play there. So St. Joe Ogden will take over here on their own 34-yard line.
Be interesting to see what St. Joe does here with 3 minutes left in the in the half. They're not a team known for being very, very fast-paced. So, again, another situation that they don't like to be in or used to being in.
So 1st and 10. Marty Wright, fumble on the side. I found myself in coach mode. I was just screaming, just pick it up. So a botched handoff there. Fortunate enough to jump on that ball and at least keep possession there, especially deep in their own territory.
Went for the reverse to Kuhn, and I think he just kind of took his eyes off the handoff. And
for a second, I remember Cam Newton when he fumbled the ball and he just sort of looked at it and everyone was screaming, just jump on it.
I think
he would have felt like there.
I think he was trying to debate if maybe he could pick it up and then take off running again. But as any coach will tell you, just fall on the ball. That's more important than losing possession.
All right, so now 2nd and the town of Tolono for the Spartans here. Marty Wright with the quick swing pass out to Dwight Colvin, and he'll pick up 2 yards. So now 3rd and 20 for the Spartans. And we'd like to thank Kirby Medical Center for sponsoring Saturday Night Rivals. Kirby Medical Center, 75 years of healthcare excellence, close to home. 3rd and 20, a situation no team wants to find themselves in. If you're Sean Skinner and you're running this offense, what are you looking at here, Adam?
Well, at this point, it looks like it, and I completely agree with Coach Skinner here. You're going to let the play clock run down to 1. You're going to take a timeout, and then you're going to talk to your other assistants and just see what can we do that's been successful. Maybe what's something we can catch them on their heels. You really don't want to go to a gadget play like a reverse and have what happened to Mason Kuhn earlier. So really, what play do you feel is your best play, and you go with that, because you want to limit the amount of time you're giving this Unity Rockets team to football, but you also don't want to set yourself back to where they're going to have easy field position too.
Right, so we take a look at the Spartans' schedule here. As we know, they're 4-3 to make the playoffs. Guaranteed, you need 6 wins, 5 to be eligible. So this game big here at Unity. Their final game next week against Prairie Central, a team that's been down this year. So a very winnable game for St. Joe. Next week, it's all about getting the W tonight. If they can get it tonight, then they're in good shape to get that 6th win. So a very, very important 3rd down here for St. Joe to try and get back in this game before the first half ends.
You know, you looked at that and you saw they lost big week 1 to Wilmington. Wilmington's one of the best 3A programs there is. So St. Joe likes to go out. They like to play good teams because they think it makes them better. And that is going to make them better come playoff time, but you got to get to 5 to get into the playoffs.
All right, so they talked it over, and they're ready to go. 3rd and 19 for the Spartans. Marty Wright on the draw, hands it off to Fritz. Fritz with his biggest carry of the night. Doesn't get the first down, but he does pick up a nice chunk of yards to at least get them outside of their own 20-yard line.
And Stephen Miggett actually came in at safety and made the tackle. I think Unity was looking at, we don't want to get beat over the top, let's get our best athletes on the field. It looked like it paid off right there. So Unity has taken a timeout, too, to stop the clock. That's going to give them 1 left here with a little over a minute left to play.
Scott Hamilton wants to talk it over with his defense. 4th and 6, a major 4th and 6 as the clock ticks down here in the first half. We just spoke about St. Joe. Ogden will speak a little bit about Unity. They're 5-2, so they're already playoff eligible. Get a win tonight, and they're guaranteed to play postseason. But unlike St. Joe Ogden playing Prairie Central, they have a tough matchup here next week against Bloomington Central Catholic.
Yeah, again, Bloomington Central Catholic, another one of those borderline 3A, 4A teams. Could go either way for them and for Unity. I think both would be more comfortable in 3A, but they're going to play whoever they get in front of them. And that'll be a big matchup next Friday night. Both teams need that win to maybe get a home game, draw a better seed in the playoffs.
And you saw, just like you said with St. Joe Ogden, play tough teams. They lost to St. Teresa. They lost to Monticello. So nothing to sneeze at, but of course going to make them better. So here we go. St. Joe punts on 4th down. And a very nice punt. by St. Joe. Rolls all the way down to the 30-yard line, so flip the field.
There's a
great special teams play. We'll see what this
flag came
is.
in late.
Maybe roughing the kicker. So some of the fans here jump up,
I think
upset. We'll see what
they
this
are
follows.
talking to the St. Joe captain, so that is going to be a penalty on Unity.
From the looks of the crowd, it looked like it was against Unity.
Running in the kicker, 5-yard penalty, coach. Running in the kicker. Red, 5 yards, repeat 4th down.
So now you're looking at 4th and 1. It's not a first down, considering it was 4th and 6. So now 4th and 1, that might change things for St. Joe. I still think you punt, you play the field position game here with a minute left to go.
And not only that, but Unity gets the ball to start the second half.
Absolutely.
So we'll see how they play it here. I would agree, still very early in this game. Just another quick Cubs update. The Cubs now lead 3-0. It looks like Javi Baez stole home. I'd love to see the highlight on that one after this game of the Cubs 3-0. So here we go, 4th and 1. The Spartans are going to go for it. And it looks like the Unity defense steps up here and stops it. What a great defensive stand by Unity.
Yeah, it's going to be close. They
We'll
might
wait to
measure
see
it,
the call here, but it looks like he didn't get it.
He does look short here from.
So we've talked all night about the Unity offense. Now we see this defense step up and make a play. And now this is big because they have time to here drive half of the field to score. And then, as I just said, they also get the ball to start the second half. So a big defensive stance here by Unity, and we'll see what St. Joe can do.
Yep, that is going the other way. Great job by 81 C.J. Parks to make the initial hit in the backfield on Fritz, and that's what slowed him down.
So it feels like every time we've had a big 3rd down or 4th down, that's been the biggest play of the game. But obviously this drive right now, so imperative for Sean Skinner and his team to get a stop here and go into the half just down 13-0.
Yeah, again, I think they should feel a little bit lucky that it's not a bigger score. But if you can keep him out here, I think you're kind of sitting pretty to make some adjustments and come out strong in the second half.
So make it here, back to pass. Hasek, man, wide open, and he does find him. It stayed up there for a little bit.
Yeah, that ball floated
but
a
Derek
lot.
Stevens was able to go up and pick that ball up. Safe to say that's Miggett's BFF tonight. Always looking Stevens' way. Great pass there, and that's another Illinois Pork Producers first down.
Saw there on the replay that ball did float a little bit, so Miggett's lucky that Spartan didn't come down with it.
So now Miggett again. Just got to toss that one away. 2nd and 10 for Unity. But as we spoke, all those playmakers, he's got so many guys coming out of the slot. And that's the thing, when you have so many guys you have to look for, that's why someone like Stevens just finds himself wide open in the flat.
Especially with St. Joe electing to go to man-to-man coverage. That's not easy for NFL players to do, so especially down at the high school level. You really have to be sure that you're sticking to your man and not falling for any fakes. And
so 2nd and 10, Miggett back to pass, surveys the field. Another one lifted up, beautiful pass right over the shoulder and brought down. What a pitch and catch with Jack Reno.
That was a diving grab there. That could have been one of the best catches I've seen this year.
We'll watch it here on the replay. Just surveys,
completely laid out for this one.
Unbelievable play right to his leading shoulder. The only person who could catch it was Reno, and he did. So 1st and goal here for Unity. Miggett holds it, and it looks like he gets in. Touchdown, Stephen Miggett. So if you had Miggett on your fantasy football team tonight, you're sitting pretty. Miggett inside, scores again. That's his 3rd touchdown of the night, and the Rockets have a 19-0 lead here at home.
I would expect him to go for 2 here to make it a 3-score game, but.
And we're going to show this touchdown again. Miggett just right up the middle. And they were in the Illini Oil Change red zone, and they got into the Unity Rockets end zone.
32 seconds left in the half.
So that drive took about 30 seconds off the clock. A tough one for St. Joe to think about as they go into halftime.
And this is what we just spoke about, a backbreaker, to give up a touchdown that fast before the half, and then to know that Unity would get the ball again there on the two-point conversion. Can't convert on that one. Stevens coming up holding his shoulder. I know Hunter McKee will be able to let us know.
Yeah, he's not moving a whole lot running off the field
Stevens
either,
is
so hopefully
cradling
he's okay.
that shoulder. We'll see this conversion again. Nice pressure there by St. Joe Ogden, making Miggett rush the pass. Incomplete. So 19-0 Unity. 32 seconds to go in the first half. And so far in this game, St. Joe has just had no answer for this rushing attack of Unity.
Yeah, and they've really got nothing going offensively either. A lot of their drives have stalled out, just 3 and outs. Need to, again, stay calm. You're still a lot of time left in this ball game, but you got to make some halftime adjustments and be ready to come back here in the second half and challenge these Rockets, or it could be a long night.
I know one of your keys to the game pregame, you said the main one was stay calm.
Yep.
So this is where Sean Skinner is going to have to look at his young team and say, we're on the road, we're down 19-0, but we have an entire second half. But as you said, you can stay calm all you want, but if you don't score points, you're going to go down pretty poised.
You got to take points when you get the chance, and it's a rivalry game, so crazy things happen. But their adjustments need to be made, or these Spartans could be in for a long second half too.
And the kickoff. It's going to be taken out to the 30-yard line. So 24 seconds to go in the first half. St. Joe will take over at the 30.
Take a look at the scoring drive. 30 seconds, 40 yards. It's pretty efficient.
And that's where we said, still early in the game. You go for it in 4th and 1. You try to get something going, but that's the risk you take. You give Stephen Miggett and that offense a short field to score, and when they score in 30 seconds that way, it could be frustrating.
I'm sure that's one they're going to talk about tomorrow and Monday when they're looking back on the game. But
so Marty Wright, hand off to Fritz. Fritz gets to the outside. And he's not taking it to the outside. He's going to take it to the Unity defender. There's a flag there. We'll see. It looks as if Unity is going to get called for taunting, or even maybe a late hit. We'll see.
And again, if that's another personal foul on Stephen Miggett, he's got to be careful, because 2 personal fouls in a high school game, you can be ejected.
Oh, that looks like it's helmet to helmet on that one too. We'll see. But before we get that call, that is, of course, another Illinois Pork Producers first down. And you're right, that was on Stephen Miggett. We'll see.
Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike, taunting, number 6.
Wow.
On Tolono. He is ejected for his
second.
Gone.
That is his second personal foul.
15 yards from the end of the run.
So not only is he ejected for the second half tonight, he cannot play next week. So that is going to loom very, very big. I'm sure Coach Hamilton is not happy right now.
So that looked as if that was a helmet to helmet. And then not only that, with this, sort of a loss of words here, because now they lose their leader, their quarterback, their best player. That can bode very, very, very serious for this team. Marty Wright to the outside. A complete pass. This could get this team going, but as you just said, you sort of spelled it out what that means for Miggett and this offense. Talk about how important this is for this team.
He is your main guy. He is your go-to. He kind of captains the ship, and now they kind of almost catch a little break. You have halftime to really plan and prepare. But in small school football, your backup quarterback usually doesn't get a ton of reps in practice. So they're going to have to talk about whoever their backup is, how comfortable he is playing. And they're going to have to plan for next week, too. He is not going to be able to play.
Here, Marty Wright with the pass. And in double coverage, nothing doing there. Incomplete. And that's a play like that where both times both of those taunting calls, it just seemed as if he was going out of his way.
Yeah,
it didn't even seem as if he was being provoked into it.
Yep.
You can see he needs to keep his emotions intact. That's someone who's a junior, but again, like we said, he led this team last year as a sophomore. It's something that you know that Scott Hamilton doesn't. That's something that he doesn't condone here with this program. So, very shocking to see this happen and lose them so early in this game.
He's played over 20 varsity football games at this point. I get it's a rivalry. I get you're fired up. But your emotions cannot get the best of you. You know the referees are going to be looking at that kind of stuff because that is this is that kind of rivalry game. They're going to cut that off before it happens. Tough break for the Rockets.
Disappointing for your quarterback to do that.
So we're trading timeouts here before halftime. Definitely going to talk about it. And like you had mentioned, Coach Hamilton runs a great program. You know he doesn't condone any kind of taunting or any kind of actions like that. And almost the worst part, too, is he can't even talk to Miggett till after the game's over. He has to, he can't stand on the sidelines. He's got to stay back in the locker room. So it really does change how this second half's going to open up. And like we were, stay calm if you're St. Joe. You just opened up a whole world of possibilities maybe with a backup quarterback who probably hasn't taken a ton of snaps in preseason or in practice every week either.
That's what makes that touchdown we just saw even that more important. Because instead of it being just a 13-0 game, at least now this backup coming in is a 19-point spot that he can start with. But, of course, St. Joe gets in here, and the whole momentum of this game now shifts because they understand they have a chance now. They understand that their quarterback's down. He understands that this sideline is rattled. And if they can get in here, now we have ourselves a ball game. Here, right back to pass. Has a man there in the corner. That'll be picked off by the Unity defender. And that will be Eckstein. Picks it off. Just playing a little center field out there. Floats right into his arms. And after all of that, a big.
There is another flag on, but I think it's just going to be a hold. So half's going to end here.
This is a hold. This will take it to the half. We'll wait for the call here.
Back on the receiving team. End of the quarter. It is a quarter.
All right, so that's the end of the first half here from Tolono. And the Rockets have a 19-0 lead. So the Rockets are up. We're going to send it down to the third member of our team, Hunter McKee, who's standing by with the leading head coach in this one, Unity's head coach, Scott Hamilton.
Yeah, could be interesting to hear what Coach Hamilton has to say. I'm sure he's not particularly happy here going into halftime.
Yeah, to lose your quarterback that way. And really, this just changes a lot. It changes a lot on your game plan. Again, as you said, in a small school like this, they don't get many reps, the backups. Miggett is the guy taking all the snaps. He's the leader. He's the guy that you run to. So we'll see what Scott Hamilton thinks about this situation. Again, we're going to send it down to Hunter McKee with Unity head coach Scott Hamilton.
Louie, thank you so much. I'm here with Coach. Coach, I saw that your quarterback, one of your players, was actually ejected. Just talk about what happened and how disappointing.
Yeah, it was a great half-hour defense. They 0 points on the board. We dominated. We just got to make sure that defensively we can keep playing the way we are and running the ball up front.
What kind of adjustments are you guys going to make second half?
Well, we're going to have to make sure that we continue to do the right things on defense, get our alignments correct, and be physical up front. And then offensively continue to try to stay balanced. Great play by Reno down there by the goal line, getting a big touchdown right before the half for us.
Thanks for your time,
Thank you very much.
Well, Louie, I tried. Back to you.
That was a perfect response back to us. That was a perfect response from Scott Hamilton. Either Coach didn't hear the question or he gave you some vintage Scott Hamilton.
He heard it. He did a great job of changing the subject.
We'll be back with our Hickory River Saturday Night Rivals presented by Kirby Medical Center.